Hi, tribe. Good afternoon. My name is Nukai. This is Nukai Moon 3333. And I hope you've enjoyed my messages. Please check me out. Like and subscribe. Comment. Let me know if you resonate with the messages that I've, put out. But today I wanted to speak about butterflies. And the reason why I wanted to speak about butterflies is because I feel like spirit talks to us in so many different ways, and sometimes we don't see it, right? There's people who don't pay attention or who don't see it, but I want to give you a little bit so you can understand that God speaks to us in so many different ways. At least God speaks to me in a lot of different ways. And butterflies was a communication that I got several summers ago. It was right after, I experienced some beautiful things, feeling a oneness with everything. It was an experience where I had felt a oneness with everything, but I was still very much in hermit mode, you would say. I was still in coming out of, what do you want to call it? Hibernation. Right? Even though it was like a summertime, I was in hibernation and I was coming out around that summer. So I decided to step outside. And I met someone which seemed to be very interesting. Now, this person, now I see that he is, you would call a magician. Or, let's say a magician, and got a dabble of the emperor energy, right? Controlling a situation. But either way, here or there, how the message came to me was very unique because I dealt with this person. Now, keep in mind, the first interaction I had with them, they didn't seem like a person that wanted a relationship. So I wasn't expecting one. It was kind of like, I'm an adult, you're an adult, we can get to know each other, or, this can be a summer fun, right? Now, keep in mind, I was not who I am today. I was still learning. I was a baby, right? And it just so happened this person actually, based on how our interaction was, it seemed like things were dwindling. So I kind of wanted to take and collect all my things, right? Because I would sleep over his house time to time. So I, wanted to collect all my things. But for some reason, when I clicked on it, he kept on saying, no, leave something. And I was like, no, I really want to take everything. And so we went for a walk. We came back from the walk. Now, after coming back from the walk, I wanted to leave. So I was like, can you grab my stuff and I can leave? So he took some of my things out. Still left some of my things out and gave me my things. And I said, why didn't you just... He was like, no, just come back. And I was like, you already kind of put a little stench in this situation. He kind of was like, he wants to hang out with me outside of where he works. Where he worked was it's where everybody hangs out. It doesn't make sense. You want us to hang out where you don't work at, but this is where everybody hangs out. Doesn't make sense. So nothing didn't add up, but you let people be people, right? So I decided, I said, okay, I left. I went to work. And I was going to come back that same evening after work. But instead, I said, something told me, nah, don't go. Don't go right now. Go in the morning. Go in the morning where you can grab your stuff and go and then go to work. So I went for a walk. I had some breakfast. I went for a walk. And as I was walking, and I was about to, because, I could have took a train. At the time, I was living in a city. So in the city, you can actually take the train. It's easy. So instead, I walked. You know, it's about a 20-minute to 30-minute walk where I lived to where he lived. So as I was walking, I was starting to give up. I was like, oh, I'm going to turn around. And then a butterfly came. And see, the funny thing about this butterfly, I don't want you to take any old butterfly and just be like, oh, yeah, that's an omen every time. And you can look at it as a presentation as an omen, right? Something close to you, because I do. I do in my own way, but I don't take everything as a message. Let me say that, because there's clarity on that, right? But this butterfly swirled in front of me. Sorry, my battery is dying. Okay. This butterfly swirled in front of me about 3 times, like in my eye, 3 times, and then went into the direction, went under, like over this fence, but would come back out and go back into the fence, but still head into that direction. So I said, you know what? This must be a message. Ain't no way a butterfly is flying in your face 3 times and then pointing you into the direction you're just about to give up on. There is impossible. So even when that butterfly left, another butterfly swirled in my face and pointed me into that same direction again. So I said, you know what? This has to be, this is my ancestors telling me to come. No, go now. So I said, this is going to be funny. Because for me, I'm always like, I'm one of God's children. I've always said that. I'm one of God's children. God talk to me. God will reveal things to me. I've always believed that, known that in my whole soul and heart. Known it. Even in my worst of worst times, I've never given that up, ever, in my life. Okay? God has always revealed to me the truth. So, even if it takes time, it's revealed. I might be questionable. Like, my intuition will question it, but I'll be like, then God will say, your intuition was right. Now, listen, I'm about to show you this. Look. And I'll just look and be right there. But anyway, getting back to the story. Getting back to the story. So I walked to his house. Now, while I'm walking to his house, it's funny. Because he lived with his mother. You know, he was an adult. I mean, they had their own quarters, whatever the case may be. People do that. So his mother was at the door, and she turned to me and she said, I was waiting on you. Didn't I tell you? Because the other day, prior to that, she told me to buy her a beer, right? And so when I went to go buy her the beer, he stopped me. He was like, no, he's buying the beers. And he bought some beers for the whole family. And he was like, why'd you send her to go buy a beer? And she was like, didn't I tell you to buy me the beer? There's a reason why I told you to buy me the beer. So now this woman is talking to me in front of the door. This is morning time, okay? She's like, yeah, go upstairs now. Go upstairs right now. And I'm like, okay. So I went to go walk upstairs. His nephew meets me at the door and goes, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going upstairs. She was like, no. He was like, I don't think my uncle knows that you're here. And in my mind, I was like, why would it matter? I've been here like multiple times. And then the mom behind me says the same thing. She goes, this lady's she's been here a couple of times. She was no problem with her going up there then. Why is there a problem now? She looks at me. She goes, there was always something I liked about you. And I was like, yeah, me too. So, like, funny. So when he came downstairs with my things, there was no explanation needed. I'm an adult. You're an adult. I have no reason to like fight you to go upstairs. I didn't ask for a relationship. You know what I mean? But the fact that, you know, of course he had a woman upstairs or whatever the case may be. So left that alone. At the same time, though I left it alone, I got to know people in his community, let me say. And I had a lot of lessons learned in that community. And a lot of things, it was funny because this gentleman, right? I don't even want to call him a gentleman because we won't call him the magician. I got other stories about this magician. But this magician was real funny because he had all... Now that I've expanded, now I see all of the spiritual tools and symbols he had in his room that he didn't actually want to share any information with me with at all. Even though I was very open, very interested, didn't really quite understand a lot at all. But the reason for this video, and I hope you were able to get a few messages, just be careful who be in your energy. That's the next thing. But when your spirit team is talking to you, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you. When your spirit team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the divine is speaking to you, they might come in different ways, you know? So just be mindful. I'm just saying, the butterfly also... Now this happened, this is why I wanted to do this video too, about the butterflies. That was one part of it. But I had, I'm gonna say 3 weeks ago, I was driving and I got excited because, well, a few things happened to me. First, I never seen a baby beaver before. Beaver? I said beaver. A baby beaver before. And this baby beaver was actually crossing the street. Yeah, crossing the street. So I had to stop my car. Another person had to stop their car. And we watched this cute little baby beaver cross the street. He was so cute. You would have said definitely he was a teddy bear. You were to pick him up and just pick him up and put him across. But we allowed him to just cross, right? But the beavers, right? They build dams, right? And for me, I just thought about a bridge because it was crossing the street. So, and because it was a baby, it made me think of small steps. So right away in my mind, I was like, okay, it's going to be some small steps. You know, these are going to be steps that you need to take. They're going to seem to be small steps to cross this bridge, right? And then after that, I was driving and I had first butterfly came through from the right, was trying to go into my car, right? The second one, the same thing from the left though. And then again from the right. Like a little time passed and then again from the right, right? It got me so excited because days prior to that, I had, you got to understand, when I say God talks to me, divine be speaking to me through animals and through insects and through situations, many different things. Because when I got the butterflies, I was thinking about transformation, right? So there's going to be a transformation coming, blessings. Hold on. Transformation and blessings, not just transformation. I felt like you have a blessing, you have transformation, and then you have another blessing coming in. If that makes sense. But this is after you take these, You have to take these small steps first to receive this blessing, transformation, and then blessing. Okay. I hope this resonates with someone. And then it's funny because right after that, I was, and I'm going to talk about days after. I'm just trying to get these messages out so I could make sure I'm saying this properly and getting this all out. I had got a bird. And the funny thing is, it was a whole bunch of birds. But this particular bird just seemed like, caught my eye. And then I saw the bird go behind the sign. It was like behind a billboard. It was a flat billboard on a wall, but it was behind it, right? So for me, that was like, things are hidden behind the signs. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I want to make sure I get this. The reason why I want to make sure is because I want to make sure things still flow to me the way they need to, right? Okay. Then I think that was it. That was it. Other than that, July, if you go to my July 4th, Independence Day, no, Sovereignty, that was different for me. So I'm still getting, I got to really do some research on numerology and really get it, stick it to my head. Because even when I went back and I thought about 3883, because I might have said 383, but I meant to say 3883 on that message. Power is creation and creation is power, is the true message. Power is creation and creation is power. So continue to create. Continue to create, to generate the power that you have, right? And it spoke about your sovereignty, being in your masculine and feminine energy, right? And balancing those two. I almost wanted to say alchemize, but it's because I was thinking about alchemy when it came to temperance. But it seems that you are definitely balancing these energies out. Continue on this journey. Continue. Please, not everybody is going to resonate with me, but if you do resonate, please like, subscribe, pass on the message, share the message to other people that you think might enjoy or understand or resonate with my messages. Once again, my name is New Kai. My name is New Kai. New Kai, new energy, Kai. You can consider, new N-U, Kai, K-I, new energy. And I'm here. Kai is also a goddess. So just know that I'm here to provide divine messages, and I hope I have a lot more information and stories not stories, just information, things that has happened, and things you can even implement. I don't want to give everything in one, so I'm going to come off now. And I want you to say, love and light, and like and subscribe the video. Peace. Why do I always do that? I feel like I'm old school, because I really am, you guys. I'm old school over here. You want to see me? Be here, though. Okay? Peace.